love to dance. I dance like no one's watching. But I make love like everyone is. It's exhausting. I've always wanted to be married. I think when I get married, it'll just be so great because I'll be one step closer to my ultimate goal of being a widow. Because then I can finally be myself, you know? Anyways, I wrote a new song about dating, and I'm so excited to premiere it for everyone tonight. I want to bring out my musical partner, my guitar player. Let's get him to the stage, Kurt Brownohler.
Thank you.
Okay. Whoops.
Thank you.
Kurt, you the guitar.
No.
You forgot your guitar.
I purposely forgot it.
Oh.
You can't write a song about dating if you've never dated, Kristin. And that's why tonight it's Win a Date with Kristin Schaal! That's right! Kristin, we are gonna get someone to date you if we have to murder a man and reanimate his dead body a la Weekend at Bernie's.
Yay!
All right, I think I'm going to choose, excuse me, sir, would you like to come up on stage? Yes, all right, give it up for him.
Oh.
What is your name?
Offer.
Oh, I'm sorry?
Offer.
Offer? Ladies and gentlemen, Offer!
Hi, Offer. Maybe we'll date.
And what's your name, sir? Everybody give it up for Gary! Thank you, Gary.
Hi, Gary and Kristin. Maybe we'll date.
All right.
All right. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you'll notice there are two people here because dating is always more fun when there's a competition. And I have created a series of tests to determine who deserves to date the inimitable Kristin Schaal.
Don't.
Be cool.
Me.
All right, so if you'll stand here, Offer, Gary, if you'll stand here, thank you so much. Easels, please.
Wow. Where'd you get these people?
They're just friends with headsets. I travel with them. All right, gentlemen, you now have 30 seconds to sketch Kristin in repose. Begin. I think we got two real winners here.
No, they seem really aggressive.
You know, you know what they say, even Picasso cut off his own ear, you know?
Van Gogh.
What?
Van Gogh cut off his ear, not Picasso.
I'm not trying to date you, don't have to quiz me. All right. And time is up, gentlemen. This is excellent. Let's do Gary first.
Okay.
Everyone, this is what Gary thinks Kristin looks like.
Wow. Come on, what?
Just tried to get the arms.
But you
also
got the eyes. I mean, I got the biggest eyes in town.
Yeah. And I just love it. He's not sexualizing you at all. There's no tits.
No tits?
None at all.
Nothing.
Really nice.
Beautiful, Gary.
Gary, great
Thank
work,
you.
Gary. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, from Offer. Offer's offering.
What?
That.
Well, I can't draw anything, so I'm picturing
You can't draw anything?
behind the elephant.
What? It's like I'm offended and impressed.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
This is very difficult to decide, but I have made my choice. Ladies and gentlemen.
Do I get a pick?
No, you do not.
Okay.
The gentleman who will be accompanying Kristin on a date today is Gary!
Sorry, Offer.
Offer, I'm so sorry. Please, everybody, give it up for Offer. You go right down there.
So, Gary, did you ever think in your wildest dreams you'd come to this show and we would be going on a date?
They purposely told me.
Shut up, Gary. Are you hungry?
I am, yeah.
Yeah, me too. I hear this place is good. Oh. Thank you.
Good evening and welcome to Club Soda Cafe. I'll be your waiter this evening. Can I interest you? We have a beautiful bottle of Beaujolais from a tiny town in Quebec.
Well, none for me, because every time I drink, I just turn into an animal.
One bottle it is.
So, Gary, do you like food?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Good! I don't think I could date anyone who didn't like food. That wouldn't last very long, would it? Maybe like 2 to 3 weeks, depending on the percentage of our body fat. Right? Maybe like 1 week for you skinny mini. And that's not enough time to make a baby. Do you want to have a baby?
Am I gonna answer?
Yeah, me too. You know, I've been doing my research and I found that the most beautiful babies are like the mixed race babies. Do you have any black in you at all?
Okay, here we go. Here we are with the wine. I'd love to tell you about our specials this evening. We have a beautiful bed of strawberries dipped in chocolate on another bed of just raw oysters. I have to say, I see a lot of couples come in here, and you two are by far the most romantic.
Give him a big tip, I guess. Well, cheers, Gary. No. So, Gary, do you like cats or dogs?
Dogs, I guess.
Gary, I am so sorry, but it appears the young lady has left. I wouldn't dream of charging you for the food, but you really went to town on that wine. So that'll just be $20. Huh? Credit card works, that's fine. I don't understand what's so funny, Gary. This is a restaurant. Here we go. Thank you so much. I'm gonna keep this. Ladies and gentlemen, Gary!
Montreal, my name is Veer Das. I am from Bombay in India. You guys know India, yes? It's where all the Canadians come from. I'm so excited. I have an opportunity to make history this week. I can be the first ever Indian who comes to Canada and then leaves. It's never happened before. All right, I am not a smart man. People think that all Indians are smart. We're not. We get away with it. It's a numbers game. Like in reality, 20% of India is smart. Except 20% of India is 90% of most countries. So Indians are not smarter, there are just more smart Indians. I feel like the reverse ratio is true for like Canadians in racism. I'm pretty sure there are some racist Canadians. People pretend like everybody in Canada just wakes up in the morning and gives a refugee a hand job. Which is why I'm here, by the way. No, the reason I'm just saying, I'm pretty sure 20% of Canada is pretty racist. except 20% of Canada can fit in one plane. Like, I feel like the same ratio is true for like American people in English. Like 80% of America speaks English good. But I'm pretty sure 20% of America speaks English well. And if you can't tell the difference, then you will make America great again. I promise you, you will. Oh yeah. Build that wall. All right, I want to talk about God now, but I'm brown and I have a beard, so we'll go slow. Do you guys believe in God? Yes? Yeah? Like, I believe in God-ish. Like, I believe in God like I believe in yoga. You know, I don't see the benefit, but everybody else is so into that shit, I try it once in a while. And it hurts when I do. You ever take a selfie? You know how to make yourself look good in a selfie. But then you hand the phone to your friend and he messes the selfie up. I think for God, man is that friend. We have always messed up the image of God, symbolically and visually. I think the first time Jesus walked into a church, he was like, what the hell is that? Who's that sad, skinny guy? What is that? I carried that cross for 3 days without carbs. You couldn't draw a tricep, you son of a bitch. You know, I think the first time our guy Ganesha walked into a temple, he was like, what the hell is that? I'm half man, half elephant. That's brown and gray. What is all this color? What are you people on acid? What is this, Hinduism by Disney? What's going on? You know, I think the first time Muhammad walked into a mosque, he was like, well, I don't know what Muhammad looks like, do you? Nobody does. Every time we try to draw the guy, somebody gets shot, remember? Okay, I'm gonna talk about women's clothing now, but I'm brown and I have a beard, so we'll go slow. Montreal, your women are beautiful. They are. They're so beautiful. I love the women here. My God, the way you dress in the summer with the shorts and the dresses, it just makes you want to be the wind. You know, and you use your clothing to liberate women instead of oppressing them, and I think that's beautiful. 95% of the world is still dealing with the bullshit male psychology where every time a girl wears revealing clothes, men think, oh, she's asking for it. Ladies, you know what I'm talking about, yes? They think, oh, she's asking for it, which is bullshit. The beauty of being a woman is that if she's asking for it, she can just ask for it. Because it is available. She can just think of it and 20 hits will line up outside her door. For a woman, the world is Amazon.it. She can compare it, size of it, length of it, delivery date of it. That's the beauty of being a woman. It's specific. You can ask for it. Men, we just want to get some. And the problem arises because our bodies are different. Women's bodies are well designed. There's changing landscapes. They evolve. Women's bodies are like Canada. There's oceans and seas and mountains and rivers and a forest and peaks. It's great. That's why guys like me are denied entry. Male bodies are like Kuala Lumpur. There's one tower. Once you've seen it, nothing else to do, all right? So how do we get, I'm running out of time, come on. How do we get women the freedom to wear whatever women want to wear? I'm proposing a 2-week course in school where all children cross-dress. Boys wear girls' clothing, girls wear boys' clothing. So the right dots connect in your mind as an adult. So as a man, if you're at the club and you see a girl just in cleavage and the heel and just walking towards you, your first thought is, damn, her feet must be killing her. Her underboob must be so sore because of the wire in there. See, the guys aren't laughing because they don't know there's a wire in the underboob. They just thought there was $200 in there for a rainy day. No, please give all women revealing clothing. I'm an Indian man. I'm sick and tired of undressing Indian women. Have you tried undressing an Indian woman? It's a sporting event, all right? It takes hours. It is easier to get a woman out of a Taliban training station than out of an Indian wedding creation. There is so much fabric. There are ships in ocean stuck without sails because these bitches are wearing that much fabric. At the end of it, you are lost in a cocoon of fabric. Her father is in the corner like, ha 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 ha. You think there are 99 positions in the Kama Sutra because we were intelligent? No. We were trying to find an opening in the clothing. That's how this happened. My name is Veer Das. Thank you so much, guys.
I am from Ireland. We are a country full of lunatics. There isn't a person in Ireland who's more than a first cousin away from genuine psychiatric illness. And I love it. There's a man who lives near me who has the dental equivalent of a comb-over. He has no teeth on this side of his mouth. And the teeth on this side are trying to cover it up. There was a set of identical twin sisters who worked in a shop in the town, and one of them passed away. And about a week later, my friend went in and said to the girl, "Was it you or your sister that died?" Now, you can't be locking people like this up. They need to be let free to roam around the countryside. In Ireland, before we had psychiatric hospitals, all we had were open spaces. If you were mad, people just told you to fuck off. You'd spend the day running around a big field. You come back into town around 6 o'clock for a sandwich with the crusts cut off, 'cause you're mental. Never give a lunatic the heel of a loaf of bread. He'll take the eyes out of your head. And then back into the field to sleep in a tree with some sheep. I don't like sheep. I don't like them. They're too fucking vague. They're all blurry around the edges. Where does the sheep even begin? The biggest fright I ever got in my life was from a sheep. And when I say sheep, you don't even know how many I'm talking about. That's how vague they are. There could have been one or thousands. There was one. I was up a mountain in the wilderness. And I felt as if the wildness inside me was being mirrored by the wildness outside of me. And I felt at peace. So I let a few roars out of me. I opened up all my chakras. Me Muladhara chakra was flapping in the wind. There was an arsehole of a fucking sheep standing behind me. I didn't see him, but he waited till I was at my most vulnerable. And he went, meh. Well, I didn't run. I just wasn't there anymore. There are things that help, and there are things that don't help. You can't have pretty women reading the news. It's too distracting. How are you supposed to weep for Egypt if she's gorgeous with big false eyelashes? We know this in Ireland. We have a rough-looking woman reading the news. She's got a black eye and 3 missing teeth. She just stares down the camera. You think you have it bad? Wait till you see this fella. Roll the tape. Look at him. He's only got one leg and they're still shooting at him, look. Now for the weather. It'll be pissing rain all week. I believe that alcohol helps You need a drink. Irish people do. When things are getting serious, it's when you need a drink the most. It's why we put St. Patrick's Day in the middle of Lent. That wasn't a fluke. That's pure Celtic genius. We knew there was no way we were going to go 40 days and 40 nights on pancakes. We'd need a half-time during Ramadan, so we would. On St. Patrick's Day, Jesus himself comes out of the desert. Mother of God. Is there any chance of a pint, is there? The devil is driving me demented. It's question after question. He is relentless, so he is. Pint of Guinness, please, Seamus, thanks. What's that? I'd love to judge the parade. I get to stay in some fancy hotels when I'm at home in Ireland. And the people who run these hotels, they think they're doing me a favor, but they're not. They're just making me feel even worse. The amount of nights I've spent on my own in the bridal suite. Surrounded by chocolates and flowers for two, pulling myself asunder. When tears meet semen, it's not a good look. It's not a good look. It's not a good look. No, it isn't. It's disgusting. Just below my chest, it's carnage. I can hear the little never children of the future calling out. I have a few mental health issues. I was diagnosed recently with a thing that wasn't an accurate diagnosis, but it served its purpose for a short time. Borderline personality disorder. Borderline, it doesn't mean that I almost have a personality. It means, according to a book, they think that I walk a thin line, a borderline, like a mental health refugee between psychosis and neurosis. I'm either psychotic or neurotic. Neurotic, bad for me. Psychotic, bad for you. Basically, I'm not good on my own or with people. I went to see this old European psychiatrist who lives in the town where I grew up. And he said to me, come in, come in, come in. Because he learned English from the Count on Sesame Street. What seems to be the problem? And I said, it's me head. Do you know sometimes when you're at home and you're watching a movie and you've got a box of Pringles on your lap, and there comes a stage of the evening where you have so many Pringles in your mouth, you can't hear the fucking television. Well, c'est moi. He said to me, okay. I think you're very angry man. We have to find a way of letting anger out in safe place. I want you to bark like a dog. And I was there, woof, woof. And he fucking hit me, bad dog. Bad dog, Tommy Tiernan, bad dog. And I don't know what came over me, but I turned into a big bad dog. Arr! I got so far into character, I couldn't get out of it. I pissed on his newspapers. God bless you, Montreal. Thank you very much.
Here's the thing. I feel like I'm a reasonably intelligent human being. And I'd say it probably took me about 6 years to realize that Will.I.am was just William with dots in it. Anyone else have that same? I feel like half of you right now are like, oh my God, it's William with dots in it. It's the little things we miss, you know? It's just, the other day, it took, again, this same thing for me the other day, Flo Rida. I don't know, maybe I finally saw it written out. I was like, oh my God, it's Florida with a space in the middle. I was like, I bet that's where he's from. I love reading reviews on the internet. It's funny now, like, you type anything into Google and reviews pop up. You know, like hotel, right? You type your friend Kevin into Google, and it's like, Kevin, 3 stars. And you're like, who's reviewing Kevin? Also, maybe I shouldn't hang out with Kevin anymore. Just this shitty 3-star friend. I don't need that. And there were all these angry 1-star reviews. And then I started looking through reviews on Yelp of things. And now I honestly feel that if you hate a place, I think the worst review you can give it is 2 stars. If you give something 1 star, that's about you. Look at any 1-star review. It is unrelated to the business they're reviewing. It's like, I was eating at Cafe Honduras, and that's where I found out my cat had committed suicide. 1 star. Like a hotel. It's like, I called up this so-called hotel. They told me a room there was $300. Do you think I can afford a $300 hotel room? Do you know how many times I've been divorced? Photos of the lobby look pretty cool. 1 star. I went to get my hair cut the other day, and I typed in this barber shop, and this was the review that came up. 1-star review, all caps. It just said, I have never been to this barber shop, and I am never going. I was like, cool, keep us posted. My frustration, my deep frustration in my life is with my computer. It was my understanding that computers were invented to improve our lives, to solve problems. What I don't understand then is why my computer comes to me once a week and asks if it can upgrade itself. Have you had that? It's like, hey, can I fix my own stuff? I'm like, I don't know, dude, do it on your own fucking time. How about just whenever I open you up, you work? How about that? Can we make that arrangement? Because your computer won't just be like, okay, yeah, I'll do it. It'll be like, when do you want to talk about this again? It asks you when. It wants to schedule a fucking appointment with you. And it gives you options, right? It's like, when's good for you, Colin? How about half an hour from now? What about an hour from now? What about later tonight? What about tomorrow morning? What about in a fortnight? When works for you? And then your computer knows how annoying it's being because the last option just says later. Like you're fighting with your friend, you're like, I don't know, dude, we're gonna figure it out fucking later, I don't know. And then your computer is passive aggressive, right? You ever on the internet, you're just like surfing the internet, then a window pops up. Would you like to upgrade your Adobe Flash Player? And you're like, no, not really. I don't really care about it at all. It could live or die, and it would not impact my life. I do not care. And then your computer's like, okay, yeah, no problem. You don't have to upgrade it. No problem at all. If you don't, you won't be able to watch videos on the internet. I'm like, well, you see, I'm currently on a porn site, right? So, huge problem. Why don't we just go ahead and upgrade it? How much does the upgrade cost? It's free. Why are we having this conversation? Then you're like, good, let's do it. Go ahead. Your computer's is like, fine. There's a beat. Another window pops up. Do you trust it? I'm like, I'm sorry, do I trust what? The Adobe Flash upgrade. Do you trust it? I'm like, you just fucking introduced it to me. Thank you guys very much. You guys are fantastic. I love you, Montreal. Have a great night.
Thank you, man. Trying to get it together, man. I'm trying to lose weight, man. I'm 37. My body's past warranty. Trying to lose weight. I'm closed for renovations. That's what I tell women. You want to go on a date? No, we had to shut it down for a couple months. Come back in December, it'll look nice. We're gonna put in a six-pack. It's gonna look nice. Try to lose weight. Lose weight is one of the most expensive things you can ever do. Like, to eat healthy, it costs money. They don't tell you that. I had an $8 smoothie. Why? It's fruit and ice in the cup. How is this $8 smoothie so expensive? I'm surprised rappers don't talk about them in their songs. I see rappers now. I ain't impressed with your jewelry. I want to see you pour some kale out in the club. Do that. That's how I know you got money. We drinking kale, mother. You some naked chick covered in soy milk. It's just drizzling down. My uncle got the solution, though. My uncle. You want to lose weight, boy, what you need to get you a woman that can cook. You need a woman that can cook, boy. That's what you need. My uncle, one of them old black men, he can't talk without wobbling and doing that. You need a woman that's gonna get in that kitchen and throw down for you. And to me, it's not that important if a woman can cook or not. At this point in time in society, if you can't cook, it's fine. Can you read? Let's read a cookbook. Let's figure it out. As long as you bring something else to the table, we'll get by. It's fine. But my uncle won't let it go. My uncle, look, ain't nothing wrong with a woman having a job, but I'm telling you, when I was your age, I loved coming home to a hot meal on my table. Yeah, I bet you did love coming home to a hot meal. You was dating in the 60s. You couldn't eat nowhere in public. That was your only chance at a safe meal. Spend all day doing cardio, running from white folks. Yes, you need a nice meal at the house. I don't have to live how you live. We got desegregation and Chipotle. It's good times for me. I'm chilling. I know it's a lot of racial tension in this world, man. And it disappoints me that we live in these times, you know. But I've seen glimpses of what we could be in a society. I know what we're capable of. So when I see black-white division, I want to stay positive and knowing that sooner or later, it'll all work itself out, because I've seen it. I went to a Black History Museum. I had a white tour guide. I don't even think you understand how amazing that is. I went to a Black History Museum, and it was a white dude walking us around telling me about my shit, and he was good. He knew all the facts. It's not like he was glazing over stuff. Like, yeah, you know, some stuff happened here. Come on down, look at Michael Jackson. Look at this stuff. This dude planted his feet and was spitting the facts. And if you look over here, this exhibit, boom, 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 boom. I couldn't do nothing but, like, respect the man. You're a white dude working at a Black History Museum. I respect you, because I know that job interview was a bitch. Oh, my God. How many extra questions did he have to answer? You white working at if you black and old, you want to work at a Civil Rights or Black History Museum, that's easy. You just walk in, ain't no job interview. You just, that's me on the picture right there. I'm gonna go take my lunch break. But if you white and working at a Black History Museum, you know they was asking that dude all kinds of extra questions in the job interview. Stuff that ain't got nothing to do with Black history. We look at your application, everything looks good. Last question, at what temperature do you deep fry catfish? The bigger question though is, would you want a black tour guide if you went to a Black History Museum? White people, would you want a black dude taking you around? I mean, it might be more authentic, but you just gotta know you risking some stuff, because that brother might have a nervous breakdown mid-tour. You don't understand, a Black History Museum is emotionally, this is a dark place to go. And you got a black dude taking you around, he might have flashbacks in the middle of the tour and just cuss out everybody. Is that fair to you? Okay, everybody, if you could just look over here, this next exhibit, this is a 18th century plantation home, and next to it, that's the slave quarters, and that's where you mothers kept my people. Get your ass out my museum, cracker. And it's just people crying in the lobby. That's not fun. It's tough times, man. It doesn't matter how you feel about race relations in this country. You can't tell me something is wrong. I don't know if they're doing it in Canada, but in America, man, they got black people blocking the freeway. They're so frustrated. And even if you don't agree with that, you just got to acknowledge something is wrong if that's the idea you've worked your way down to in form of protest. That's insane. I mean, think about that. We live in a world now where black people on the freeway is a legit reason for being late to work. You literally could just walk in your job tomorrow. Sorry, I was late. There was some Negroes on the freeway. I couldn't get past them. It was just crazy. Couldn't swerve. It was all 4 lanes. They was on the freeway. You know, there was the first white person to use that as an excuse when black folks first started blocking the freeway. You know his boss didn't believe him. That dude got fired. Turner, you're late again. What's your excuse this time? Listen, you're not gonna believe this, but there's Negroes on the freeway. Don't nobody believe that, Turner. Get your ass out of here. You're fired, you son of a bitch. That's not even the worst part. Worst part is that dude got fired, and then he went to his next job, and now he had to put down reason for leaving on the job application. You in a job interview, you gotta explain why you was late at the last job. I'm noticing your paperwork here. It says that you was late a lot at your last job. You want to explain to me why you were late? You're not gonna believe this. But there's Negroes on the freeway. I'm sorry, what did you say? It was black people blocking the freeway. Okay, and how did you handle that situation? Well, you know, there's a lot of different ways I could have handled it, but I figured the best thing to do was to sit there and be inconvenienced and just reflect upon the society that we now live in. It leads people to think that that's the only option. That means the system is broken. That's a very good point. You know what? You're hired. Welcome to the Black History Museum. I gotta go, man. Thank y'all.
Boy, Canada, it's like another country. Canada's a great maple syrup country. You get off the plane here, it's like, welcome to Canada. Would you like some maple syrup? No, I'll just have a hotel. Just tell us how you want your maple syrup. Do you want a jar, a barrel? You want a little woman, you squeeze her, it squirts out of her head? I like how out here everything's in English and French. Like if you go to the elevator, it has elevator in English and French. Like if they didn't have it in your language, you'd be standing there the whole time going, gee, it's one of those apartments on a rope. And if you stay at a hotel and you ask for a wake-up call, first they wake you up in French and then in English. Because if you don't speak French, you wouldn't wake up. And if you did wake up, you'd brag to all your friends, you know, I didn't get my wake-up call, but oddly enough, some French guy called me. You know, I would like to declare war on Canada one day. Seems like an easy war to win. Everyone's very affable here. I feel like you could march into Canada and go, we're here to destroy your country. Well, let us know if we can be of help, eh? You know, once I was talking to Herman Melville. And he said, I'm writing a book called Moby Dick. It's about a guy in a boat. Do you think it needs something? And I said, offhand, a whale. And he goes, what do I need a whale for? I don't know. Throw in a whale and one-legged sea captain. And how did he lose his leg? I don't know. The whale bit it off. So what you're trying to tell me is a tiny little sea captain falls into the ocean and a gigantic whale with an enormous mouth swims up to him and he nips one leg off. He turns his head, looks at it, and rips one leg off. I guess he just wasn't hungry that day. And how was he able to live it? I don't know. The other sailors save him. So, this tiny little sea captain falls into the ocean. An enormous whale with a gigantic mouth rips his leg off, and a group of sailors who don't have a kindergarten education perform microsurgery and save his life. And I said, well, I can't write the whole thing for you. Thank you, good night.
Guys, just so you know, like, girls are fucking insane. Like, sometimes we'll start a fight with you just to see if we can make it seem like you started the fight. We have to do it 4 times a year or we lose our standing in the club. Girls are crazy, and from the day we start dating you, you don't know this, we keep tabs on everything you do wrong. So that if and when we decide to break up with you, because I don't know, the wind changes direction, we can then refer to said list, extrapolate one isolated incident, and use that as the piece de resistance of our breakup masterpiece. You don't believe me? Guys, you ever been dating a girl, everything's going fine, everything's fine, and out of the blue, she just dumps you? You're like, you breaking up with me?
Yes, your feet look like eagle claws. There, I said it, caca. I said caca, goodbye.
It wasn't your gross eagle feet. It was a litany of reasons. She just chose the one. And just so you know, I don't do the whole,
Oh my God, no, it's me, not you.
no, it's you, motherfucker. Here's a list of reasons why. I dated a guy for 3 months. We were on our first date. So we're at a bar, right? So we're doing first date stuff, right? We're drinking, talking, taking muscle relaxers. It's like a first date, like whatever. And I'm asking him first date questions, things you need to know when you date someone. What do you do? Where are you from? How much do you bench? Just like things if you're gonna date someone. And I was like, what's your middle name? And he's like, my middle name is Paul. Now, reciprocity in like a normal conversation would dictate that perhaps his next question to me should have been, what's your? That's right. But he never asked me my middle name. And I fucking remembered that. Now here's the problem. He didn't necessarily do anything wrong. Men and women are wired so differently, I'm surprised we can be in the same room without ripping each other's genitals off. If you went back and you asked him, why didn't you ask her her middle name? He'd be like, well, at the time she had long hair, I thought she was a mermaid. Like, not even in the same stratosphere of thinking. And we sit there, and as women, we let it fester, and we sit there and it gets worse, but we don't tell you. Our faces, we have the Stepford wife facade, and we're just sitting there listening to you talk. But inside, it's like, okay, he didn't ask my middle name. That means he doesn't want to get to know me, my hopes, my thoughts, my dreams, my feelings, my friends, my family. We're never gonna have a family. Like, that's the way that devolves. So I began planning the breakup on the first date. Now, before I share with you my alternate fantasy breakup, I'm gonna tell you the way we actually broke up, which is not very fantastical at all. The way we actually broke up was yours truly got a little drunk one night and texted him something to the effect of, you don't even watch Breaking Bad, how are we supposed to be together? That's actually how we broke up, so now for your viewing pleasure, I'm gonna share with you my ultimate fantasy breakup. Okay, so. When you're a woman, you possess this magical, innate ability to create conflict where there formerly was none. All right? Out of thin fucking air. Just pull it out. You could do this show in Las Vegas and get paid for it as like a magic act. Like, nothing up my sleeve, nothing in my hand. Pff, now there's a fight, motherfucker. The point is, guys, if a girl wants to have a fight, the lady shall have a fight. There's nothing you can do about it, okay? You can cough. That's enough. That's fine. It's enough to fucking start World War III just watching TV. The guy...
What did you say?
I didn't say anything.
What the fuck did you just say?
I didn't say anything. I'd be like, you know what? Just forget it. And I would start crying. Now, I'm telling you now that I'm going to cry then. I'm going to make myself cry. How do you make yourself cry? How do you make yourself cry? That seems like a difficult thing to do, right? A lot of actresses get paid a lot of money to make themselves cry. How do you make yourself cry? I'm going to tell you. You take a small pocket knife. I'm just kidding. I would turn around and unbeknownst to him, I would pluck a solitary nose hair. You ever do that? That shit hurts. Real bad. But it's going to escalate the energy of your argument very quickly. Your argument will magically be transformed from, you know what, just forget it. Big tears, okay? You want the kind of tears that girls on The Bachelor cry when they don't get a rose. Those kind of tears. Big tears. By the way, the reason those women are crying isn't because they didn't get a rose. They're crying because they know they can't go back to their jobs as kindergarten teachers now that America knows they're whores. That's why they're crying. But he said he loved me and we had sex in a castle. Yeah, and we all watched it. You're super gross. Okay. So I'd run outside. I'd be like, forget it. And I'd run outside. And I'd start yelling, I hate you! Why am I yelling? Because I'm angry? I'm not angry. I want the neighbors to come out. I want them to see how you treat me. He treats me fine. It's fine. I'd run out. And he'd run out and he'd be like, Iliza, what are you doing? Get back inside. I'd be like, you don't tell me what to do. I'm an independent woman. I listen to Beyonce. Surfboard. He'd be like, why are you so upset? I'd be like, I just feel like we don't even talk anymore. And I just feel like we have fun, but like we don't really know each other. Do you know what I'm saying? Like we spend time, but we don't know each other. Of course we know each other. Of course I know you.
Really?
What's my middle name?
It is fine to describe women as young. That's fine. It's a very good adjective. It's a great descriptor. You know, look at all those young women selling Girl Scout cookies. Good for them. Young business women in the making. But it is not okay to repeat the word young twice. You can't do that. You can't be like, look at all those young women. And it doesn't work with boys either. You know, look at them playing soccer. Look at all those young boys playing soccer out there. Doesn't even work if you bookend it. You can't say it at the end either. You know, you can't be like, look at all those young boys playing young. That's even weirder, you know what I mean? My favorite American historical figure is George Washington Carver. Do you know George Washington Carver? He invented over 100 things. But the most important thing that he invented was peanut butter. You guys know peanut butter? It's one of the great culinary treasures of the Western world. If you invented peanut butter, would you keep it a secret? Would you? Just for a week? Your own little secret treat, not even tell your wife? I would, you know? His wife's like, George, you want me to bring the jelly sandwiches down to your workshop and watch you invent for a while? No, Martha, just leave them outside and I'll eat them without adding anything to them at all. Certainly nothing that would immediately antiquate the idea of jelly sandwiches. But I like to think that he's a great inventor, and every great inventor is in a great relationship, and like any great relationship, there has to exist transparency, because the more things you keep from your partner, you know, the more obstacles there are to ultimate intimacy. So I like to think that Martha at one point could tell, you know, she was, George, you're hiding something from me. I know it. I can see it in your eyes. What's the secret? Tell me, George. This is a safe place. And she's mad, but you got to admit, guys, if a woman's mad, the best get out of jail free card is that you've just invented peanut butter. I mean, that's, you know, he's just, Martha, I know you're upset, but please come into the kitchen. I want to introduce you to a little friend of mine. His name's Peanut Butter. Not literally. That would be super weird if you came in and there was a small man and he was like, I'm Peanut Butter. Literally, I invented peanut butter. I want you to see it. It's in the kitchen. And, you know, and she's yelling at him, George, you damn fool. You're trying to make butter out of something hard. What are you going to have? 2 variations, one smooth and creamy, the other one with chunky peanuts in it, each equally delicious. And you know, he didn't even have to say anything. He just slowly pushed a peanut butter and jelly sandwich into her mouth, and then she just came. Just, ah! Have you guys seen this? Have you seen this? This is Evian natural mineral water, okay? And it's in a facial spray. It moisturizes, refreshes, and tones, which effectively makes it the most American product on the market. ironically imported from France. I mean, you know, there's people all over the world that are dying because they can't get a cleanly source of water. And in America, we're like, sometimes we like it on the outside. Oh, sure, when they're thirsty, we put it inside, but other times, like, safari jungle time, yeah. So I bought that for the joke. Obviously, I'm a political comedian, and you know, I don't know. Then I started to use it because it's really quite refreshing and moisturizes and it tones. I'm serious, and like many things in my life, the comedy began to bleed in the reality, and the reality began to bleed in the comedy, and vice versa, and also the inverse. So I started using it even outside of that. And one place I use it, and you know when somebody's, you know, they're texting while they're talking to you. They're not even listening to you, you know. They're just the whole time, you know, they're like, yeah, definitely. But they lift their head up so it looks like they're looking at you. Yeah, no, definitely, absolutely. I know, yeah. Oh, of course, yeah, no, I know, I know. Oh, I've been there. I've been there. You're telling me, I'm telling you. So what I do, you can do this too, is I just pull out one of these bad boys, and as soon as they go into their phone, I just pull this out and do one of these. And then when they look up, I just go, we gotta get out of here. We gotta get out of here. Ladies and gentlemen, my name's TJ Miller. I'm from the United States of America. I appreciate it. Denver, Mile High Till I Die, 303. Thank you.
Oh, merci. Bonsoir, Montreal. How many of you guys were at a long day of work today? By a round of applause. Who was working? Oh, gosh. So wonderful that you came out here, everyone, whether you were working or not. I used to work at an ad agency, and they told us they had access to everything we did online. So, like, you shouldn't email anything you wouldn't want the CEO to read. So that affected the way I wrote emails, you know? So I'd be like, hey, Chrissy, did you see America's Next Top Model last night? That Tyra Banks is such a bitch. But you know who isn't a bitch? My boss, Carrie Peters. Also, I think that Tyra has really gained some weight since last season. But you know who's really slimmed down? My supervisor, Cindy Gudak. Oh man, I gotta go. It's 5:30 and I'm still at work, unlike Gwen Duchan and Lizzie Billfield, who sneak out of work early every night. That wasn't the worst job I ever had. I used to be the drama instructor at a kids' overnight camp. And you always get that kid who signs up for drama because she thinks she's a real actress. She's got that acting voice. So every time she'd get on stage, she'd be like, if you believe in fairies, clap your hands. Don't let Tink die. And it didn't matter what the play was, you know? She'd be like, beware the Ides of March. A soothsayer bids you, beware the Ides of March. But you know, in my cabin, I didn't have like the super, you know, artistic camper or the athletic camper. I had the crier. So she'd come up to me and she'd be like, I called Bobby a name, but I was just kidding. And then he called me a name, but he wasn't kidding. Oh. Thank you. Right now, I want to tell you, thank you. I want to tell you about the moment that I got hired onto SNL, which I'm very happy about. Thank you so much. It's been really fun being on SNL, and you know, sometimes people will ask me like, do you get recognized on the street? And the short answer is no. But once in a while, people will be like, Miley. Thank you. And I'll be like, I'll take it. This is because of my Miley Cyrus impression, which sounds something like this. It's pretty cool to be here at Montreal Just for Laughs because there's like all these comedians and like shows and stuff like that, and everyone's getting like drunk because it's Canada and it's like super chill and stuff like that because you can like drink when you're 18 if you like follow rules and stuff like that. And there's all this beautiful countryside and like maple syrup, and it's like pretty cool to parlez-vous français and je parle un petit peu and stuff like that. And it's pretty cool. It's pretty sweat. Thank you.